Good day, viewers and listeners. We're bringing you agricultural news from SPFS TV. My name is Folalu Adepoju. Now the headlines. Federal government inaugurated 35 acres Imo Farm Estate, engaged 1,000 farmers. Group identify agri-food sector challenges. Delta empowers youth in agriculture. Climate change affects agricultural production. Federal government inaugurated 35 acres Imo Farm Estate, engages 1,000 farmers. The federal government has inaugurated the rehabilitated 35 acres Ashara Igbo Imekuku Integrated Farm Estate in Imo State, engaging about 1,000 farmers in the project. He said the rehabilitated farm estate, which was abandoned for about 30 years, now has 6 poultry houses with 18 pens that contains about 15,000 birds, 3 goat houses with 106 goats and 3 houses for pig containing 108 pigs. The Executive Secretary, National Agricultural Land Development Authority, Paul Ikone, said in a statement issued in Abuja on Sunday that 3 solar-powered boreholes, roads, drainage and solar-powered lights were now on the farm. He said the project was in line with the vision of the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, to create jobs for the youth and women and ensure food security. Ikone said Ashara Igbo Farm is expected to take in 600 farmers. The processing and packaging section will soon start and will take in addition 200 people. The crop section is also set to start because we have rented the tractors. This farm will be a center that will train farmers within and outside Imo State, and the 200 beneficiaries have been trained. They are the first set of people who benefit from this project, and as they pass out in the next 6 months, they will start their own farm activities and another set of people will come. He added, this farm was abandoned for 30 solid years and NALDA took over and developed it. The direct engagement is about 600 farmers into the poultry, piggery and goat section, and additional 200 farmers into the processing, packaging and exports. Ikone stated that in the first year of the entire project, about 1,000 farmers will be engaged in the area of animal husbandry, processing and packaging. He further stated that to give financial support to beneficiaries of the project, adding that the fund would enable them to set up their various farms. Groups identify agri-food sector challenges. An international organization, KTN, Global Alliance Africa, has identified challenges in the agri-food sector in the country. KTN, which said this is a statement by its African regional lead, Sophie West, expressed its commitment to investment in agriculture and make Nigeria the top food secure nation in Africa. The group stated that the challenges in the sector included using technology to increase food productivity and production and identifying innovative approaches. It stated investing in the agri-food is critical for both the nation economy and society as a whole. According to the group, KTN Global Alliance Africa is a 6-year project funded by UKAID that aims to promote job creation, inclusive growth, and poverty reduction through knowledge transfer, skills building, and opportunities to support businesses and innovation that can deliver scalable impacts. It added that had extended the closing dates for large Nigerian-based companies and global organizations with subsidiary in Nigeria from the agri-food sector wanting to find rapid innovative solutions to their industry challenges. Explaining the program further, the KTN is an integral part of the solution necessary to meet Sustainable Development Goals, SDG, targets and Nigerian Vision 2030 ambition to make Nigeria the top 3 most secure country in Africa through the application of digital technologies and innovation. The IX Challenges Program is a quick routine to access solutions from other sectors to solve challenges. Some of the identified challenges from the agri-food sector include using technology to increase food productivity and production, identifying innovative approaches to deliver efficient vegetable production, reducing waste and emission in the environment. Others are applying cost-effective solutions to identify or reduce counterfeit products and identifying supply chain solutions to reduce post-harvest waste of perishable goods. Delta empowers youth in agriculture. The Chief Job and Wealth Creation Officer, Delta State, Prof. Eric Ebo, has disclosed that over 6,000 youths were trained and empowered through the skills training and entrepreneurship program and the Youth Agricultural Entrepreneurship Program in the state. Ebo, who stated this in Asaba, said the beneficiary of 2020/2021 program cycle covered 1,000 beneficiaries comprised of 654 STEPreneurs and 346 YAGpreneurs, including 25 persons with disabilities. He said all the 1,000 beneficiaries here have been trained in occupational, entrepreneurial and business skills. Also, they have been given starter pack and short brain support in the case of STEPreneurs or support packages and support for critical farm operation in the case of YAGepreneurs. Altogether, the Job Creation Program, SCEP and YAGEP have trained and empowered 6,074 beneficiaries from 2016 to date. I'm happy that the Job Creation Program we started in 2016 has yielded a good result. As of today, we make many youth millionaires. Climate change affects agricultural products, says Minister. The Minister for Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Mahmoud Abubakar, he said that agriculture is the most vulnerable to the impact of climate change in Nigeria. The minister, who stated this in Benin at a workshop for women farmers in South region, said the training will build capacity and improve the resilience of farmers to the threat and impact of climate change in agricultural production in Nigeria. Abubakar, who was represented by Mr. Wellington Omoragbo, State Director of Federal Ministry of Agriculture in Edo, said climate change and variability affects particularly women who constitute the most vulnerable among the farming communities. He said, indeed, it is rainfall dependent. Any change in the weather pattern in terms of amount of intensity, duration, and onset affects farmers' decision on when, what, and where of the crops, and input as well as other agricultural operation, the value change. Climate change and variability affects particularly women, who constitute the most vulnerable among the farming communities. Available statistics indicate that women constitute about 80% of the labor force involved in agricultural production and grow up to 80% of the food in Nigeria. Yet, women farmers face various challenges and need especially climate changes. Abubakar said that the choice of Edo to host the workshop was because it was situated within the rainforest agroecology zone in the country, facing ecology challenges as a result of impact of climate change. He added, as you are aware, the National Gender Policy in Agriculture was approved in 2019, with the thrust on gender equity and equality for optimum productivity in the agricultural sector. The ultimately would ensure commitment to gender mainstreaming at all levels of agricultural sector, which is seen as a tool for achieving gender-based reforms and increasing productivity by men and women along all the value chain in the sector. In his remark, Mr. Peter Akumogbe, Permanent Secretary, Edo Ministry for Agriculture and Food Security, lauded the federal government of mainstreaming women agriculture into climate change discussion. In her address, Mrs. Ifeoma Anyowu, Head of Gender Desk, the Department of Special Duties in the Federal Ministry, said the workshop was in line with the National Gender Policy on Agriculture of Federal Government, which was launched in 2019. And that's the end of the news, compiled by Omoni Samson, edited by Opemepo Ayoni. Thank you.